This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2005 Ford F250 crew cab, long bed, 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's a Lariat, which is leather, and it's got the FX4 off-road suspension package, which is Rancho suspension installed at the factory. However, the rear shocks were a little squeaky, so we replaced those. We noticed that during our inspection. This is a theft recovery purchased directly from an insurance company in Virginia, and it's on a clear title. Has 149,500 miles. Great running truck. If you look at our ad, you'll see the before pictures. In the before pictures, you will notice that this molding right here. I don't know if there's enough detail in the before pictures, but like right about here, there was a little scar on it. We had one of these in our shop, so we replaced it and put that on there. Other than that, it's exactly as you see it cosmetically. Our inspection revealed that it needed batteries, front and rear brake pads and rotors, rear shocks, the ignition obviously from being stolen, and wiper blades. It had no catalytic converter. You diesel people are going to know why. If you need it for emissions before it ships out to you or before you come pick it up, we can get a cat added. Just add $375. If you want a cat and muffler, muffler is really not necessary, but if you want both, it's $500. If you're an Arizona buyer, mandatory, you have to buy the cat to pass emissions, okay? We let people know because a lot of times we used to put them on just every time, and then people would just take them off and ask us if we wanted them back. So you know what the deal is, and most of the diesel people are going to understand. If you don't understand that stuff, talk to a diesel person. They'll tell you what's going on. They just run better without them, is why. But it's our job to make sure you know the ramifications and that you know what your emissions standards are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to show you what's going on with the truck. I believe it does need tires, at least on the rear. And if you're going to do the rear, you might as well do the fronts. They are, let's see, they are LT 275 6520s. All right. Little scuff here. My brother's going to take this thing out and do probably between 60 and 80 HD pictures. In those pictures, you'll be able to zoom in on whatever you see that's wrong. So please use that little zoom in device so that there's no surprises. See, the best tread tire is that driver front. So you might as well just assume you're going to have to get a whole new set. If you're going to drive it home, I would make it mandatory. By the way, I said it was a long bed. It's a short bed. I don't know why I said that. Because I'm not paying attention. Anyway, if you want to get tires before you leave, I'm going to make that mandatory. So please go to discounttire.com. There's a bunch of locations here in Tucson, but go to the one that's on Prince Road in Oracle. Call them up, tell them you're with Wheel Kinetics. They'll give you a nice little discount. Probably 5 or 10%. Plus, you won't pay taxes if you pay over the phone. We'll get it over there before you get here or before it ships out, and they'll be on the vehicle before you leave or before it ships out. It's just not okay to be even semi-unsafe. So that's going to be required so that nobody gets hurt over a stupid set of tires. I would say they're probably somewhere between 600 and 900 depending on what kind. I would just get the knockoffs because they're just as good, and you'll save at least a couple $100. This is what the box looks like. Actually, it looks like it's almost brand new. 70 inches deep, crossover black, it says, and it's a Husky toolbox. All right. We had to do the door cylinder also. That's a new door cylinder, new key. Obviously, all that's part of stealing a truck. You have that type of thing. Anyway, 49,524 miles. I'm going to open up the hood. We're going to be looking for Ford stamps on both sides of the core support. And we're going to look at this. Other hand. That's nice. No blow by at all. That is a good thing. Alright. There's your Ford stamp right there. New battery on this side. Ford stamp right there. Should be another Ford stamp right there. And another one right there. This is an original battery, so it only has one new battery. I thought it had both, but it only has one. All right. This is your passenger rear window up and down. There's a little scratch in the tint right there. It's a pretty truck. Passenger front window. Target. And forward, back, up, down. It's hard to see that heated seat. Let me do that again. That's off, and that's on. I don't know if you can see that or not. Off, on. It's hard to see that light bulb. I just had to make sure it was there myself. It is. Tilt up, tilt down, tilt up, tilt down. Seats are in really good shape. Nothing going on there. You do have a manual. Sure, there's nothing surprising under there. Alright. Driver rear window. Nothing there. Good. Nice and boring. Just the way we like them. Let's look at the roof real quick. Make sure that, again, surprises are no bueno. There you go. Nothing going on there. Driver window. Passenger window. Passenger rear window. Driver rear window. Mirrors out, in, up, down. There you go. Well, it's slow going down. Oh, because I had it on the wrong side. That's why. There's down. There's up. There's out. There's in. So you got to switch sides. There's out, in, up, down. Door locks. On and off. Back, forward, up, down. There you go. That works fine. Make sure we have no surprises under here. Nothing there. We do have power pedals. Down, up. Seat has a little bit of wear in it, but it's just a die. I don't even feel anything going on there. All right, let's hop in this big boy. Oh, the air feels good. It's October, and we're still playing around with 90s. Seatbelt on. Let's see. There you go. Let's try this. Steering controls. Station change. All right, so the radio works fine. Let's do the fan from the temperature up, temperature down. Now let's do it from the control head. Everything works fine. Turn that down. Power the sliding window. Got a tired little motor in it, but it's still working. Those things are famous for that. When it dies, and it will eventually, just get a $150 manual back glass, because that motor will cost a fortune. It's actually about $350 for the regulator, but the labor, it's a pain in the butt. You got to take the whole back of the car, the truck out, seats and everything. Tow haul on and off works. I'm going to go to 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. Drive. Nice. Reverse. All right, let's see. 4 high. Drive. And reverse. All right, that's perfect. Now we're going to go back to 2-wheel drive. I'm going to back it up and check the parking sensors. They work fine. All right, let's go for a ride. This is on a clear title. So if you come to Tucson to drive it home, which you're welcome to do, after you get tires on it at discounttire.com, I already explained that to you. I don't want anyone getting killed, and the tires are not good. I would not be driving them down I-10 at all. So after you do that, you can drive it home. Let's see. If you come here to drive it home, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. Dock fee is $250. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is 2%, you'll pay 4%. If your state tax rate is 7%, you'll pay 9%. Simply add 2% to your state tax rate and you'll know what you're paying. And then add $250 dock fee if you're going to pick it up in person. If you're going to ship it, all you pay is the agreed upon price. There's no taxes, no dock fees. Once we receive your wire, we'll fill in the title with your name or your company's name and address. We'll sign it off. We'll notarize it. Scan it into your online file. You'll see it immediately. We scan in the envelope we mail it in, and then we mail it. So most likely you'll have the title before you get the truck if you're shipping. Then when the truck shows up, you take the title of the truck down to your motor vehicles and deal with whatever fees you have there. Deposit's $500. Once we have your $500, we'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. So please get your deposit in so there's no problem with somebody buying and paying for it after we have an agreed upon deal. That happens. All right. Last part of my speech, obviously this thing's way out of warranty by mile and year. The guys who built this truck at Ford, the engineers and the designers and the guys in the factory, basically said, we don't know what's going to happen after X amount of miles or X amount of years. If they don't know and they built it, there's little that we could know more than them. There's little likelihood, at least. So please realize that there's risk involved in buying. We do these things all day long, 6.0s. We know good ones and we know bad ones. This thing runs like crazy. The tranny feels perfect. It's running great. Hopefully I'll have enough time here in a second to get over this overpass and go on the frontage road. That has a speed limit of 45. I'll be doing 70, hopefully, without killing myself on these tires. Basically what I'm saying is, if you buy this truck and it gets to your house and needs an injector tomorrow, go buy an injector, okay? It's your truck. So if you're risk averse, don't buy from us because there's risk involved. If you don't want risk, go buy a brand new Lariat and spend $55,000 to $60-something thousand. Bumper to bumper is 3 years, 36. And after that, if something breaks outside of that, you might have to pay for it and you'll still owe 30 grand on the truck. That's the truth, okay? So please just realize that there's risk, and if you don't want risk, just stay away from this thing because there's risk. There's risk in buying any one of our trucks. If you watched every video, at the very end, I say the same thing. All right? So just know that. God, I think I might actually have time to make this turn up here and punch it and then be ready for the rear tires to go. This thing is really smooth, though, really quiet. It's a nice truck. If you're worried about the EGR, in the middle of our ad, we do have a bulletproof EGR and Ford oil cooler that we will install for buyers only for $1,900 if you're worried about that. Okay? Shoot, hurry up. Go. Oh, this thing's quick. All right, thank you for your time.